Hello, everybody. It is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Thank you so very much for watching. I want to give a special thank you to those that are watching and those that watch from various places around the world. I have a smattering of viewers in various countries around the world, and first of all, I'm amazed, I'm honored, I'm humbled. I'm privileged, and I want to thank each and every one of you, no matter where it is you watch from. I bring that up because tomorrow I'm going to have someone from India on, halfway around the world. We're going to be talking about how people outside of our country view the United States and view American citizens, among many, many other things, including learning a little bit about the Hindu faith and about the people of India. And I truly look forward to that. I always look forward to learning. Today is August the 17th. And it was 1 year ago today that Kay passed away. Kay started this show. Kay was responsible for this show. And it's been a hard year, but thank you to the friends, to the people that donate to the show to keep this show going and to keep me going, and to the people that have been there. I want to thank you all for this past year. It's been a struggle. I didn't want to do an episode at all today. I wanted to spend the day in reflection and at another location, but this is too important. I have a lot of friends that are members of the Black community, people I played ball with, people I played music with, people I went to college with, people that worked on my political campaigns. And I'm blessed. Most of them don't watch the show. If you do happen to be watching the show now because of circumstances, what's up? We'll see you soon. I had a friend call me and say thank you for trying to stop my people from getting scammed. And I asked, how did you even know about all that? Well, he heard, and he wanted to say thank you. And then we talked about what the Colts are going to do at quarterback. I had another friend that called me and said, I used to date his sister many years ago. And every time he calls me, he says the first thing, each time he calls is Sissy says, hey, and which it normally makes me laugh. He asked some questions about some things, and then we talked about football. I bring all that up because I don't come at this as, most white people, a white guy will say, yeah, there's a black guy at the golf course and we played a round of golf once a few months ago. So yeah, I've got a black friend. That's not where I'm coming from. I want to tell you a story. Somebody gets scammed. They don't get scammed for $10, but they don't get scammed for $20. But let's say they get scammed for $1,000. Now, when somebody's running a scam, a very large amount like that means pull the trigger and disappear because somebody's going to get pissed over that large amount. And that's what happens. Somebody donates $1,000 and then they go back and look and the site's gone, and they call the police and they call the local TV station, and the TV station starts doing a story on scamming. And generally the people that are doing this are doing it in multiple platforms and in multiple geographic locations, or appearing to, and using multiple causes to defraud the money. The problem with this, other than it being incredibly wrong, is what happens is money is transferred from machine to machine over what's called wire. It's a wire transfer, machine to machine. So there's record of where the money came from, where the money went to, other than, as long as the source is still up. Wire fraud is a classification of racketeering. Racketeering is covered under what's known as RICO, R-I-C-O. RICO is part of Homeland Security. Homeland Security's main focus is domestic terrorism. Now, let's just continue the story. Somebody commits fraud on a significant level. They get charged with that, even if they've been caught or not. If they know who they are, they've been charged with it. All right. This, to my knowledge, none of this has happened. This is what potentially could happen. This is a story. Somebody gets charged with fraud. Immediately, everybody around them becomes a suspect. Anybody that even knows them becomes a person of interest. And all of a sudden, people start getting rounded up, and and the officials start going through and looking at who has other charges, who has outstanding warrants, who could we match up possibly with crimes, with other crimes, who's going to talk and give information in order to save themselves. All these things that come from just what someone says is a harmless little scam. There's no such thing as a little scam, because the potential for it to blow up as a wire fraud, as RICO, as the Department of Homeland Security, as domestic terrorism. If you don't think this is how it works, and if you don't believe it, look at the Oath Keepers, look at the 3%ers. That's exactly what's going on right now. They just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And people, and if they are looking for a reason to round up a bunch of people in the Black community, you're giving them a reason. You're giving them an excuse by one little small fraud. That's why this is so important. That's why, in my opinion, that's why NFAC Watchdog came out when they did. In fact, has been policing and protecting the Black community. And now it is known that the cyber world has to be a major focus, and it is. I myself, I don't sit around all day and fixate on what's going on in the Black community. I don't watch black platforms on a regular basis. I'm a subscriber to one platform, and I watch that one platform whenever, but that's it. I don't sit around and look for what's going on in the Black community. What is happening here is something that should have never even been considered. Okay, here's what played out. The NFAC Watchdog organization contacted me. I didn't immediately jump online and start saying everything that was going on. I waited until I did a little bit of looking, okay? And I said, there's a group out there. It's a member of a Black organization, and they are thoroughly watching what is going on online, looking for fraud. And the message was real simple. First time out, stop it. Stop it. Okay? That wasn't enough. It got blown up. People tried to make it about them when it wasn't. And now it is, now they are at the center of this. And if anything goes down, it's all going to be traced back to them. They tried to put themselves in the center, now they are. And if you don't think that's the way the government works, if you don't think they're going to look at any chance to round up multiple people, then you might as well turn the program off. And because you're not hearing, you're not listening. It's wire fraud. That is a federal offense. Wire fraud is racketeering. Racketeering is under the guise of RICO. RICO is how they took down the entire mafia back in the day. Okay. It's how they're taking down the Oath Keepers, the 3%ers. It's something that most of you probably never heard of or considered, that can be and will be used. If not this point, at some point, if the Black community keeps running scams that are wire frauds. It's not hand to hand, it's not money hand to hand. It's transferred money. It's a federal offense. It means FBI. It means all the alphabets. And if you don't want that, stop all this, because it may not happen now. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope this doesn't happen. I'm just telling you what can happen, and at some point will happen. Maybe not this time, but maybe 3 months down the road, when the wrong person gets scanned. Just something to think about. You really want a whole bunch of Black people, some of them, a whole bunch of Black people rounded up, some of them legally owning a lot of guns, but it's too many guns for the authorities. As I said, keep in mind the Oath Keepers, keep in mind the 3%ers, keep in mind there are two legal systems, the same charges, the same amount of time served based on charge. May not always be the same based on race. That's the sad but true reality. It's the American Doofus Show. Nobody's out here playing chess. Just because you know how each chess piece is supposed to move doesn't mean you're playing chess. Oh, I love y'all. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus.